So this is just a demo of this is obviously a bit of a ramshackle setup because it's just laying here loose, but nevertheless it works. So right now it's set up and running. It's connected to Wi-Fi, my Wi-Fi. So it's extracting the time from there. It's set up on the alternating view that goes from digital to the analog face. What else? I think I set it up on the time zone. If I want to refresh the time real quick and pull down new time, new date, time data, I'll press and hold the fast set like this, and then I'll press the toggle, and then I'll release both of them, and it'll refresh the time. If I want to change any of the settings, well, let's say I want to display the date, I'll press and hold the slow set and the toggle, and then I'll release both, and it'll display the date. Then if I wanted to return to run mode, I'll just push the fast set button one time, and it'll pick up fresh data and return to run mode. So let's see, what do we want to do? If I want to toggle the display on off, the normal function of this toggle button on the side is that I push it for a second and the display goes off. I push it for a second, whoops, and the display, okay, I'll make it quicker than that, will come back on. You got to push it and release really quick sometimes, but it does do that. If it's off, it toggles it on. If it's on, it toggles it off. Okay, so let's say I want to go into the menu. I will push, first I'll bring up the date by pushing slow set and holding it, and then the toggle. And then I'll push the slow set and hold it, and I'll push the fast set and release both of them, and it'll display the menu. So you can see I got it set on time zone 1 for EST, DST, daylight saving time is on. The Wi-Fi is on because it's connected and it's alternating. So this little arrow selects the line. So if I push the fast set button, the arrow will move down to the next line. And when it gets to the bottom, we'll go back up to the top. So if I want to change the time zone, then I'll press the slow set button one time, and now we're on time zone 2. Now if I just want to exit the menu and save these settings, I'll push the fast set button one more time so the arrow moves down to the next line. Then I'll push the toggle button and I'll hold it for about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and let it go. Now toggle it off, and I'll toggle it back on. Okay, so now it's about an hour. Well, it is an hour behind. Our time's 12:21, so it's set up on time zone 2. And let's say I want to reset it. Don't have to unplug it. There's a very small button. There's 2 very tiny buttons on this chip. When you're looking at it from this orientation, this one, the one that says EN in front of it, this one, if you push it and release, it'll reset. Now it's set up on Wi-Fi, so it's going to automatically reconnect here in a second. And the display will come back up. There we go. Don't ever push the other button. Just like Elmer Fudd or Bugs Bunny warned Elmer, don't ever push the wed one. Well, this one's not wed, but it says boot. Don't ever push the boot button because that has to do with programming the chip. And obviously if you push that, you might erase some of the programming. Maybe, maybe not, because it'll throw it into boot mode or programming mode. So make sure you don't ever touch boot. But you can touch enable. You can push momentarily and do it again. And it'll reset. It'll be just like you unplugged the chip and then plugged it back in, more or less. And it'll reconnect to the Wi-Fi. So what else can I describe? If you wanted to come up in menu mode, this isn't real easy with the board hanging loose like this, but you can push this and hold it, and then push these two, fast set and slow set, and let go of the little one, but keep holding fast set and slow set, and see it'll come up into the menu. This is when you want to release those buttons. Then you can change things in there. Let's say just for a demo, if I put it on, I change this to Wi-Fi GPS. Now it's set up so that it would be in GPS mode. Then I'm going to push fast set one more time, select the next line. Then I'm going to push and hold toggle for like 3 seconds and let go. Now it's coming up at 6 because it's set on time zone 2, and it's looking for a GPS signal, which is not going to find because the GPS isn't plugged into here. I don't have one made up right now. But I can do the same thing here as I did before. I can press slow set, hold it, press toggle, let go. It's not going to get a date, of course, because there's nothing for it to get date from. But if I push slow set, hold it, fast set, let go, it's going to go back to the menu. And I can use fast set to select the line. So it goes back around to the Wi-Fi mode. And put it back on Wi-Fi on. Select the next line, push and hold the toggle for about 3 seconds. And it should still have the credentials in it from the Wi-Fi. But if it doesn't come up, then we'll put it back in. All right. That's enough time.
There.
We'll just we'll push the enable button. Okay, so it's coming back up on. So if it refuses to go out of GPS mode, this is what we'll do. We'll go into the menu again. We'll go down. We'll select Wi-Fi on, select the next line, push toggle for a few seconds, let go. Give it about 3 or 4 seconds, and then push and hold this little enable button, EN. Then push in the toggle button, let go of the EN button. Continue holding the toggle button for about 4 or 5 seconds. Then let go of that. Then we'll go get an iPhone and use the iPhone to connect to this. What'll come up is, a second, I'll get into the settings here on this phone. Boy, there's a lot of apps on this phone. Okay, settings. We'll go into settings. Whoops. We'll go into the Wi-Fi, and you'll see Wi-Fi module here. Connect to that. Now this is not connecting to your network. This is connecting to this chip, as though this is a network. Okay, once it's connected, you can open up a browser like Safari, open a page in the browser, type in 192.168.4.1, go. That'll bring up this page. This is the page where you're going to enter the name of your network. Okay. And then you're going to enter the password, which I'm not going to show you. Then you're going to hit submit, the button on the screen, submit, not go. This page will come up. That means it was successful, it got the data, and then it's going to connect to the network, which you can tell because the neon light's on. Now we're back on Wi-Fi. So that's something that might need to be done. And what else to do? I don't know what else to do. Everything works perfectly. I think it's just a matter of learning how to use it. Maybe this demo will help. I hope so.